I haven't said hello to this man in since it was June. It was a late June day. I'm sitting in front of a green screen for several hours with this man, and it was just a delight to hang with him and just see how people react to him. Just such a good dude and an outstanding host in anything that he does, and it's because I saw firsthand that he and I together can make beautiful music to make the Jonas Brothers look like real Olympic athletes. And joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line in advance of Rumble, which is available for streaming tomorrow on Paramount Plus, the great Terry Crews. How you doing, Terry?
Hey, Rich. How you doing, man? It's good to hang with you again.
It is. That was a fun day. That was a
fun day. That was good. We did a miracle making them look like Olympic athletes. That was phenomenal.
It was. And then we were watching it. We knew it was coming, obviously, because we were putting the show together. And then we couldn't believe it ended with I think Nick Jonas like breaking a rib, and we're like, wait a minute, like what?
I know. That is, the sports ain't no joke. Is what everybody has to get the message that everyone has to get from that.
I know. And then I love seeing all these commercials on Sunday Night Football of you promoting the upcoming Olympic coverage, the Winter Olympic coverage.
Yes.
It's all good,
I'm so proud of that, man. Because these athletes are absolutely incredible, and it's kind of like, I can only imagine during a pandemic and the whole thing that everyone's trying to get through everything. And on top of that, you have to keep keep up your shape and your skill level. It's just incredible, man. So I was like, anything I could do to give them more light and more help, I'm in. I'm a fan.
Well, when you're not doing your 90 jobs, Terry Crews, and you do have a minute to watch a football game, how do you watch it? Do you still watch it with like a football mind from your years of playing it?
First of all, I don't have that kind of time. I'm a Sports Center guy. I literally, what I realized is that you can watch all the games by watching Sports Center, all of it, and you don't miss a thing. You literally did not miss one thing at all. If it was worth watching, it was shown. You know what I mean?
So you don't just settle. You just don't settle in. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take 3 hours. I'm gonna watch this football game. You just don't do that.
3 hours. Oh no. It's too much to do. I literally have too much to do. I'm like, I can't. 3 hours. I could either take a nap. One of those hours, and then it's time to get back to work, man. It's kind of like, for right now, I have to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're killing it.
Realize, man, these are opportunities that may not come back again, especially now. After the whole world shut down, I'm taking advantage of everything.
So do you ever dream that you're playing football again? Do you ever have any one of those, Terry?
Yeah, I've definitely had football dreams, man. I stay in shape. I literally am right now. I'm in probably the best shape of my life. I'm 235, but I'm not in hitting shape. Like, people forget the NFL. It's fine as an athlete, but once you take any of those hits, it's like being in a car accident every quarter, and it takes its toll. And I had to spend years healing up after that. So
no kidding.
I like to dream about football, but not doing it.
So are you scoring in your dreams? Are you scoring, or you're taking somebody's?
No, I'm hitting. I never was on the off. I would never consider myself on the offense side. That's.
So you never had in your 3 years. You never had a scoop and score for the Rams and the Chargers?
Never. I was always hitting folks. That was my big highlight. Was I got knocked out on Monday Night Football. You can Google it. Google Terry Crews knocked out on Monday Night Football. It's right there.
Is that really?
I was on the Chargers, and we were playing Indianapolis Colts.
Who put you to sleep? Who did that? Do you remember?
Well, I hit Clarence Burden, who was the smallest man in the NFL at the time. I hit him.
I don't mean to laugh.
And I knocked myself out.
So you hit Clarence Burden. I remember that. I haven't heard that name in forever. So there you are with the Chargers. And then, so were you on the team that made the Super Bowl, or is that the team?
No, let me tell you, the heartbreak that is the NFL is that I was on the team right before that, came back to camp, went all the way down the wire, and got cut in 1994. And they kept calling me all year saying that they were going to bring me back, and never did. And they went all the way to the Super Bowl. That was hard.
Bobby Ross was the coach? Was that the guy?
Bobby Ross. Exactly. My coach, Dale Lindsey, was the linebacker coach, and Bobby Ross was the coach. And they kept saying, yeah, we're going to bring you back. Bobby Beathard. That was Bobby Beathard's team back then. And, and I just was, man, and I stayed in town and waited, and it never happened. I mean, the heartbreak of First of all the heartbreak I went through in the NFL got me ready for Hollywood, for real.
Yeah, because you get to.
Well, you have to face rejection. I mean, Hollywood is rejection. I mean, if you can stand the rejection, you're going to make it. Because it's all no. It's just all kind of audition. You never hear anything. And no one will ever tell you that you're not going to make it. Like, they all say, oh, it's going to be great, and then they never call you. So it gets you super ready for rejection. You just learn to just keep going. And I did that. I played 7 years in the NFL on 6 different teams. I mean, all over the place.
Right.
And it was just because I didn't quit. And I realized, you know what, I can keep doing this, but in Hollywood. Why not?
Do you have a good Junior Seau story, Terry? Anything
wow. First of all, oh, man. You know, Junior was a warrior. At his heart, man. The big Junior Seau story I have is I remember we had a specific play that was drawn up. He was supposed to drop back in coverage, and it was like cover 2 or whatever, and he just decided he was just going to rush. He just decided, no, I'm going to blitz. And everybody was like, oh, I remember watching, like, what is he doing? And he literally got the quarterback. He got a sack. And every time he made those moves like that all the time, but it would always work for him. He had a true spidey sense when it came to the NFL field. It was like spidey sense. He decided he was just going to go, and it always worked. When I tried that, it was like, what the hell are you doing, Terry Crews? I got chewed out. I was like, I'm going to rush. And they're like, what the hell?
Right. I'm sure. I think I might have told you this, and if that's the case, then I'm sorry. But because, all that time we did spend over the summer just waiting around to shoot. But I remember my first time I ever saw Junior Seau, Terry, was the Rose Bowl, USC versus Michigan. It was the last game in Bo Schembechler's coaching career. I covered it. It was the last thing I ever did as a member of the student newspaper at Michigan. And I remember at one point looking down at the flip card with the names and numbers to see if there were 2 number 55s on the field. If there were if there just happened to be another 55. Because, there's like 100 kids on a college roster. Sometimes they wear the same number. Nope. I kept looking down. I'm like, how the hell did he get there? Because he was there before the snap. How the hell did he get there? It was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ever. I mean, he was like that. Like I said, he knew what was happening before it happened. It was crazy. And we all, at full defense, I remember us all sitting there like, hey, man, what can we say? I mean, do what you want to do, bro.
Right.
It was that kind of thing,
Right, I know. Terry Crews here on the Rich Eisen Show. Rumble, available for streaming tomorrow, exclusively on Paramount Plus, based on the graphic novel Monster on a Hill. You and some very famous names and voices as well. Good for the kids, just in time for Christmas. Yay?
That's right.
Yes?
Right. Great family movie. It reminds me of my first job in entertainment, which I was on a TV show called Battle Dome, where I played this character named T-Money. It was like a wrestling-style, American Gladiator-style show, but on steroids. I mean, we were putting people in the hospital. It was crazy. This was 1999, and I was, they put me in a cage, set the ends on fire, and I wrestled contestants, and whoever was left standing in the cage won the prize.
Come on, it sounds like Running Man, Terry. That's like what?
It was. Well, listen, it was pre-MMA. Like, people hadn't really, that's back when the mixed martial arts were in bars and the whole thing. You had Big Butterbean up there battling people and stuff. For me, this was crazy because I was fresh out of the NFL, but it was my first job in entertainment. So this was where I got the whole thing about sports and entertainment, which kind of, it's both, and I played it up real big. It was like Grand Theater and the whole thing. And this Rumble movie reminded me totally, because it's all about these monsters who battle on behalf of their cities. And we have all these other WWE superstars in the movie. And it just reminded me of my humble beginnings, how it all started. That's why I knew I had to be involved.
Yeah, I know Roman Reigns is in it, speaking of WWE.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith, do we consider him a wrestling star in some way? What do we got here?
He's got the bravado entertainment part.
Yeah, I would say so.
He could wrestle. He just wrestled with the mic.
Yes, sir.
How guys get up there and they do these like 20-minute speeches before they even, before any wrestling happens. That's Stephen A. That's him.
Absolutely. Will Arnett, Tony Danza, for those guys old school right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, who's the boss?
I can't wait. This will be great for my kids and I to watch it. They came home from summer camp and watched our Jonas Brothers venture too, Terry, and they're all big fans of yours. They love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I got daddy points for hanging with you, so I appreciate that.
Rich, I have to tell you, man, there's just not enough. When you look at entertainment, everything's really segmented right now. You can have a 3-year-old watching something, you got a 7-year-old watching something, you got a 14-year-old. I love being involved with family entertainment. This is why I love AGT. This is why I love movies like this, where everybody can all right, now we can all sit down and then afterwards have a conversation about what we just saw. Those are valuable times because it's just rare.
Well, Rumble Again is going to be on Paramount Plus starting tomorrow. Terry, you take care of yourself. Have a great holiday. Let's do this in person next time.
You got it, man. You got it, Rich. Thank you so much, brother. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Right back at you. That's Terry Crews, everybody, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.